Well,
on United.
Right. At least flying United, because the airline's not going to accept anymore the travel agencies' credit card processing fees. I mean, in other words, United says to the travel agencies, you have to pay your own processing fees. So that's usually about 2 or 3% of the cost of the ticket. Now travel agents will have to fork it over, and that could end up being passed on to
Of course it will. Who else
customers.
is going to pay? It's definitely going to go out to customers.
Tom Parsons is CEO of bestfares.com. Well, you're essentially a travel agent, aren't you?
Oh, sure. I mean, we sell millions of dollars worth of tickets, but, you know, here's the problem the travel agent has, and I've got some answers for him right now. And probably 10 years ago, I had about $500,000 to $1 million in credits with TWA when they filed bankruptcy. Luckily, American took over, but the consumer could have been stuck with a lot of debt, a lot of bad credit. And if you can't use a credit card without those processing fees, there's different ways to get around that. If you're a travel agent and you're one of those 20 or 25 people who got those letters, you can do a couple things. United has a code share with U.S. Airways. So if it is United, try to book it on U.S. Airways, and therefore you can still use the credit card. If you want to go to Germany or Europe, use Lufthansa instead of United. Book it on Lufthansa, give them the money, and yet you could be flying 100% on United. The same thing to Canada. If United flies there, Air Canada has a code share. Book it on Air Canada and let United sit out there on the duff. And then if all else fails, use their website.
Yeah.
That's all what it comes down to.
Tom, I mean, these are great tips. It seems to me that the airlines are just kind of trying to nickel and dime their way back to profitability. Is that a strategy that's going to work? Does it alienate customers, or do they have to do it because they're going out of business? I mean, maybe they have to do it.
Well, I think the problem is United doesn't like competition. It's not the travel agents running them out of business. It's the low-cost airlines that can still fly an American and maybe make a profit. I mean, it's not unusual for me to have a contract that says I must do something, but I usually have it to where I can use the credit card. There are some deals, however, like we've got an unbelievable deal with one airline where I can sell Florida from Baltimore, Chicago, Pittsburgh, and Dallas for $68 round trip through December, but I must use their website. You know what? I'll use their website because I'm saving my customer an average of $50 or $60 more round trip.
Yeah. All right. Good ideas. Thanks, Tom. We appreciate it.